Here's a slightly painful truth. In 2026, we can send photos to Mars, video call across continents in seconds. Yet we still can't fit an iPhone 15 Pro Max into that tiny pocket on our jeans. Go ahead. Try it. I did. The result? Half the phone sticking out, looking like it's signaling for rescue. So here's the honest question. Why are we still paying for a pocket that can't even hold our keys? And how has it survived for more than 150 years? Like some kind of immortal fashion artifact? To understand this, we have to travel back in time. Not to the year 2000. Not even to 1950. We go further, back to 1873 when America was dust, sweat, and cowboys. Imagine you're a miner in the American West in the late 19th century. No smartphones, no AirTags. The most valuable thing you carry every day is a pocket watch. It isn't just for checking the time. It's a survival tool. In the mines, time determines your shift. On railroad tracks, being off by a few minutes could mean disaster. A good watch back then could cost the equivalent of a month's salary, several $1,000s today. Roughly the price of a high-end laptop. There was just one problem. Pocket watches were fragile. One hard knock could crack the glass. The tiny gears inside could fall out of alignment. And just like that,
this antique pocket watch
you'd
commands
lose
a staggering
something
price
worth
in
a
today's
small
market.
fortune. That's when two names enter the story: Levi Strauss and Jacob Davis. One was a fabric merchant, the other, a tailor. They weren't thinking about fashion. They were trying to solve a practical problem: how to keep miners' pants from tearing when heavy items were shoved into the pockets. Jacob Davis had a bold idea. He reinforced pocket corners with small metal rivets. These tiny pieces of metal absorbed stress instead of the stitching alone. Picture pulling hard on a cloth pocket. If it's held together only by thread,
the durability you need.
it
It's
tears.
good, but we need more
But
give
add a metal
here.
fastener,
See, if we add a small gusset
and the
like
force
this,
spreads
it won't
outward.
tear.
It's like placing a thin steel plate over a crack instead of just covering it with tape. And that's how the small pocket was born. Not as decoration, not as a cute extra. It was a mini safe for a pocket watch. It sat high near the waistband, on the right side. That position wasn't random. The upper body experiences less impact when sitting, riding a horse, or bending to dig. The right side suited most right-handed men. Every detail had a reason. That tiny pocket once protected the most valuable possession of an entire generation. Then time moved on.
As you can see,
Pocket
the
watches
stitched
gradually
pocket shows
disappeared.
stress under tension.
Wristwatches appeared in the early
But with
20th
the added
century
copper
and
rivets,
became
the
widespread
pocket
by
holds
mid-century. The pocket that once had a clear mission suddenly found itself unemployed. Here's the interesting part. When a design loses its original function, it usually disappears. But this pocket didn't. The answer is no longer technical. It's cultural. Jeans are not just pants. They're a symbol. Cowboys, miners, workers, grit, freedom. When you buy a pair of Levi's
Violent
today,
shaking at the base
you're
causes
not
high
just buying
stress.
twill cotton.
However, due
You're
to
buying a
dampening and
story of the
flexible
American
design,
West.
this
Remove that little pocket, and the jeans look different instantly. They start to resemble dress pants. Too clean, too polite, and somehow less authentic. Fashion brands understand this well. A small detail can preserve an entire historical vibe. It's like leaving a scar on an ancient sword, no longer needed for battle, but proof of a past life. So the pocket survived. It simply changed careers. In the 1950s, many people used it to hold a Zippo lighter compact and perfectly sized. In the 1990s, it discreetly carried condoms. During the MP3 era, some slipped memory cards inside. Today, people store USB drives, guitar picks, or spare change for coffee. A truly resilient design doesn't last because it never becomes outdated.
Why do you think the
It
pocket,
lasts because it can be
specifically the denim
reinterpreted
pocket,
by
has
each
endured?
generation. And there's another fascinating layer. Have you noticed the small copper rivets at the pocket corners? They aren't just decorative. They're a direct legacy of the 1873 patent More than
These
150 years,
feel
roughly
amazing.
55.
I think this is
000
the wash I
days,
was looking
and that detail
for.
has barely changed.
Right.
If a human lived
And
55,
this cut is
000
perfect.
days,
Come on.
they would be nearly 150 years old. That's twice the current global average life expectancy of about 73 to 75 years. A tiny piece of metal has outlived every one of us. Every time you slip your hand into that pocket, even if you don't use it, you're touching a fragment of industrial history. Is it useless? From a modern functional perspective, maybe. But in terms of the story it carries, it's a time machine. So next time you try to force your phone into it and fail spectacularly, don't get annoyed. Picture a cowboy in 1873, anxiously protecting his fragile pocket watch. That pocket wasn't designed for you. It was designed for him. And somehow, more than a century later, we still carry that memory on our hips every single day. If you enjoy stories where small objects hold big histories, look around. Many everyday items are quietly hiding secrets. Even those rivets on your jeans once caused controversy because they scratched horse saddles. But that's another story, and I promise, it's just as fascinating.